Hey everyone, I'm Logan. Thanks for joining me for church today. We're wrapping up our series about Moses with an awesome story today, all about what happened after the Israelites escaped Egypt and made it through the Red Sea. We've learned again and again that even though Moses experienced a lot of hard things in his life, he could always depend on God. That reminds me of our Bible verse, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." That verse says that when God is with us and we have him in our hearts, he will give us his spirit to help us be strong and brave and to do the good things that he has planned for us. We can depend on God and follow him because he always knows what is best for us. Let's stand up and sing that song together right now. Great job! That song reminds me that God is powerful and loving and helps us follow his ways. But what are God's ways? Well, God's ways are laid out for us in the Bible. When we read the Bible, it's like reading a guide straight from God about how to live our lives. Moses' life is actually a great example of what it means to follow God, because Moses was close with God and he always tried his best to do what God said. God chose to give something really important to Moses. Do you know what it was? Let's watch this week's Bible story to find out.
Stories of the Bible. Moses in the wilderness. This is Moses, who was an Israelite born in Egypt in a time when Israelite boys were not supposed to live. Moses, however, grew up in the palace of the Pharaoh, the very man who was enslaving the Israelite people. When Moses grew up, he made a big mistake and fled Egypt to live with the Midianites. But God called Moses back to Egypt to deliver his people with the help of his brother Aaron. After God showed his miraculous power in Egypt, he led the Israelites through the Red Sea and towards the Promised Land. They followed God, who showed himself as a cloud by day and fire by night. As God led them through the wilderness, the Israelites became thirsty and hungry. They complained to Moses and Aaron and said, "If only we had died in Egypt." God said to Moses that he would provide for his people. Each morning they awoke and found manna for the day.
What's that?
And each night God gave them meat. The people were still thirsty, and they were mad at Moses, saying, "Did you bring us out here to die of thirst?"
Yeah.
So Moses cried out to God, and God told Moses to strike a rock, and water came flowing out of it for the people to drink. And so the Lord provided for his people's needs. After traveling in the desert for 3 months, they came to Mount Sinai, and God called Moses from the top of the mountain. God spoke to Moses there of the future of his people and reminded him of the miracles of the past. After 3 days, there was thunder and lightning as a thick cloud covered the mountain. The people heard a loud trumpet blast. And Moses led people to the foot of the mountain to meet with God. God told them how his people were to live and how they were to honor him and respect each other. The Israelites had seen for themselves that God had spoken to Moses from heaven. These rules that God told them are called the 10 Commandments. And the Israelites feared God, for his mighty power had brought them out of slavery and provided for them in the desert.
Okay, do you remember what it was that God gave Moses on the mountaintop? It was the 10 Commandments. 10 rules that came directly from God to Moses. That reminds me of the big idea for today. When I don't know what's right, I can follow God's rules. God's rules helped guide the Israelites as they wandered through the wilderness. There were many times where they didn't know what was right, and God used the 10 Commandments to help them know what he wanted them to do. And we can follow God's rules in the Bible too. Sometimes it can be hard to know what the right thing to do is, but God shows us what is right when we talk to him and we read his word. Now, let's watch some tutorial videos and learn the right way to do a few things in this week's episode of Rewind. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? My name is Caroline, and this is Rewind. You guys know the drill by now. Rewind is a show where we compile the best videos that YouTube has to offer and show them to you, our loyal viewers. Why? Because you're awesome. Need I say more? Now let's get started. We're going to be playing a game called Don't Try This at Home. The object of the game is simple. All I need to do is watch some tutorial videos and then try and copy exactly what they do. Come on, what's the worst thing that could happen? Let's do this. Okay, let's take it from the top. Video number 1. Okay, we're gonna be curling our hair today. Love it. Already curled mine, but we'll do it again. We're gonna take the curling iron. Medium curls. Got it. I like it. Okay, we're gonna curl it like this. Spin it a little bit. Okay, your hair is starting to smoke. Your hair is starting to smoke. Her hair just broke off? It just came off of her head? Whoa, I did not expect that to happen at all. I am officially scared now. I will never curl my hair ever again. Okay, all right, let's go to video number 2. We're gonna have this Barbie fly. All right, we can do this. I like it. Get on there. I'm gonna press the button. Well, that didn't work out well. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Oh, no, not the fire, not the fire. Stop. Let's move it around like this. This is the one. Go. That wasn't it. Go, 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 go. Oh. All right, let's play the next video. Video number 3. All right, dude, I got one too. Here we go.
Our discussion topic.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just just gonna leave that here. That's why I don't work out. All right, I don't get it. All these people are so bad at doing stuff. I mean, come on, it's not that hard. All you have to do is not get smacked in the face. Okay, let's go to the next video. Video number 4. Great, looks like we're putting some chocolate on a balloon, then we're gonna freeze it, and it'll be a chocolate bowl. I like it. Okay, that's enough. Why are all of these tutorial videos failed tutorial videos? I don't get it. Let's roll the last video and give it a shot. Video number 5. Okay, so we're gonna take some cinnamon. Looks like some cinnamon tutorial or something. Put it in a spoon. We want a ladle. Okay, we're just gonna put some cinnamon in here. A lot of cinnamon. Okay, we're going with a lot of cinnamon. Do you see that? That's so much cinnamon. Oh my. Nope. Oh my goodness. Are you guys trying to kill me? I can't eat all this cinnamon. Do you see her? She's grabbing a burrito. Okay, I don't even know what that last tutorial was for, but it was so funny. I officially dubbed this episode the tutorial fail episode. You know, the internet can be a great place to learn things, but some videos are more helpful than others. Even the best videos, though, aren't nearly as helpful as the teachings in the Bible. Today, we're gonna look at some teachings Moses received directly from God. After leading the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses went up to Mount Sinai to speak with God. Up there, God gave him the 10 Commandments, which would help Moses and the Israelites live in a manner pleasing to God. These special rules prohibited big things like murder and stealing, but they also included everyday commands like telling the truth and honoring your parents. The Israelites had spent their whole lives in slavery, where they were forced to obey whatever the Egyptians told them to do. But now they had their freedom and they had to choose to obey God. They clearly weren't getting off to a very good start. Hearing this story, it can be easy to judge the Israelites, but the truth is, we're often not much better. We doubt God all the time, and this often causes us to disobey his commandments, just like it did with the Israelites. We want to take care of everything ourselves instead of trusting God. We want to get through life on our own strength, but that's not a good way to live. If we rely on ourselves, we become selfish and weak, but following God gives us strength and it saves us from our fears. God gives us rules because he loves us and wants us to live the best lives that we can. Fortunately, God doesn't stop loving us when we break those rules, but he is way, way, way smarter than us, and he wants what is best for us. When life becomes difficult or confusing, we don't always know what to do, or we lack the strength to do it, but God's commandments are something we can always look to for advice and support. The teachings in the Bible prepare us for life's challenges and helps us grow closer to God. We don't want to be like the Israelites, always ungrateful and anxious about the future. By obeying God's commandments, our trust in him will grow, and this will help us follow the special plan that he has for each of our lives. So this week, try to remind yourself of God's commands and do your best to follow them. But remember, even when you mess up, God still loves you. We will never be able to perfectly obey his commandments, but knowing that he loves us even when we sin gives us the freedom to obey and love him without fear. All right, guys, we're just about done here. Thanks for tuning in to Rewind, and have a great week.
Okay, those tutorial videos weren't quite what I thought. That was more like the wrong way to do things. A spoonful of cinnamon? She had to know that that was not gonna end well. But you know who always knows the right way to do things? God. And we can know what is right too when we read the Bible and we hear what he says. If you're ever not sure about what God says is right, you can talk to a parent or an adult you trust who loves God too. When the Israelites were wandering in the desert, hungry, impatient, and angry, God showed them the rules to help them do the right thing and live lives that made him proud. And we can make God proud too when we follow his rules, even when no one else around us is, or when we don't know what to do. Well, that's all we have for you today, friends. And I'm sad to say that our series about Moses has come to an end. I know, I'm so bummed too. But I learned some amazing things, and I hope that you did also. Remember, when we are scared or we don't feel good enough, or even when we don't know what to do, we can always depend on God. And hey, we would love to see you in person too. So check out our campus locations and find a Saddleback Kids near you. Don't forget, we have some awesome activity sheets, coloring pages, and even some stuff for your parents online at saddlebackkids.com. Check it out, and we'll see you here next week for another awesome series. Bye.